everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to enroll ThriveCart Learn user on Tally form submission. So I am an owner of an edutech company, and using Tally, I have created a form with the help of which I am collecting my students' registrations for the online courses that I'm selling in my business. Here what I want is that as soon as by name of the student, a new form submission is going to be done using Tally, I want to enroll that student in the course that they have registered in my ThriveCart Learn account. Now doing this manually is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between Tally and ThriveCart with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to enroll ThriveCart Learn user on Tally form submission. So as an owner of an edutech company, I use Tally forms to gather information of my students such as their contacts details. And I use ThriveCart Learn to manage course enrollments, provide content access and track students' progress efficiently. To simplify my workflow, I've set up an automation that automatically enrolls users in ThriveCart Learn whenever a student submits a form with the help of Tally form. This ensures that as soon as a student fills out the form, they're instantly enrolled to the course that they are interested in, saving me time and providing seamless experience for my students. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between Tally and ThriveCart with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the all Pabbly apps run in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Enroll ThriveCart Learn user on Tally form submission. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, over here, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Tally Forms Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Enroll ThriveCart Learn user on Tally form submissions, and you can see there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means what is Action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Tally. As with the help of Tally, I have created a form with the help of which I am collecting the data of my students who are interested in the courses that I'm selling. I want that as soon as many of the students a form submission is going to be done using Tally, automatically over here the trigger should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger application, I have selected it as Tally. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as new response. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Using this unique webhook URL, we are going to build the connection between Tally and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, open the form that you have created using Tally. So this is the form right over here. After opening the form, we have to go to the settings of this form right here that I want to connect. So this is the form. I want to connect it. So go to the settings from the top right corner right here. After coming to the form settings from the panel, go to integrations option, and as you go to come towards the integration screen, over here it says webhooks. Click on this connect button under webhooks. It is asking for the endpoint URL. I'm going to paste the webhook URL and then I'm going to click on this connect button right here. As I've done that, you can see now the webhook URL is successfully added to my form that I've created using Tally. As now the webhook URL is added, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. You can see over here it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Tally is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the test submission of this form that I've created using Tally, and after doing the test submission, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the submission being done or not. Okay, and as the response that I want over here should be in a simple format, so I'm going to toggle this button on of the simple response right here. Okay, after doing that, I'm going to open the form. Now I'm going to do the test submission of this form. From the panel, go to this share option right here. This is the URL of this form. Copy it from here. Open it in a new tab right over here. As you're going to do that, the form is then going to open in front of you. Now let us fill the details that it is asking for. For the first name over here, I'm going to write it as test. After that, it is asking for the last name. So for the last name over here, I'm going to write it as user23. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as testuser23@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number right here. For the city over here, I'm going to write it as Bhopal. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the submit button right here. It says your registration is completed. As now the registration is done, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. And yes, you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the form submission. First name as test, last name as user23, email as testuser23@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number, the dummy mobile number, and the city as Bhopal with all the other details. As now the response of the form submission has been captured in our trigger, this means that Tally has now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now whenever by any of the student a form submission is going to be done using Tally for the course registration, automatically in the similar manner Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. My objective is that whenever by the student a form submission is going to be done using Tally, they should be enrolled to my ThriveCart Learn account as a user in the course. Now for that, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as ThriveCart Learn. And for the action event, I'm going to select it as create new student. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, it is asking for the token. With the help of this token, we are going to build the connection between ThriveCart Learn and Pabbly Connect. To have the access of the token from the given help desk to have the token, I'm going to go to this API and webhook hyperlink right here. After coming to the hyperlink, you will be landed towards the API and webhooks page of your ThriveCart account. After landing to this page, go to this API keys section, view setting right here. Over here, I'm going to click on this create API key button as I'm going to create a new key. For the name of my key over here, I'm going to give it as new student. After that, I'm going to click on this create API key button. And as you can see, the key is created. I'm going to copy it from here and paste it in this token field right here and click on the save button. As I've done that, you can see ThriveCart Learn is now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. After connecting, it is asking for all these details with the help of which we are going to create a new student in our ThriveCart account. So firstly, I'm going to close this tab from here and open my ThriveCart account. So this is my ThriveCart Learn account and you can see I have created these courses in this account right here. And I want that the students who do the form submission using Tally, they should be enrolled to this course in the name of Java Course for Beginners. Okay. So now I'm going to enroll the students in this course right over here. Okay. So now for that, we're going to fill in the required details that Pabbly Connect is asking for. Firstly, it is asking for the email of our student. Now for the data of this field, what we're going to do is we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step. As I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in the previous step. In this step, we have received the student's details that we want to create in our ThriveCart Learn account. So this is the email address of our student. So I'm going to select the data of my student's email address from my previous response. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I have mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means now, whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. After that, it is asking for the course ID. In order to enter the course ID, you can get the course ID by editing your course. Okay. So this is my ThriveCart account and this is the course in which I want to enroll the student in. So I'm going to go to the edit section of this course. So this is the edit page. I'm going to click on this edit option right here. After coming to the edit section of this course, now from this URL next to this edit, this is the course ID. So I'm going to copy this ID from here and paste the course ID right over here. Okay. After that, it is asking for the name of our student. So I'm going to map the data of the name of my student, first name space the last name. After that, it is asking for the tags, order ID, purchase type, purchase ID, and the email notifications. These are not the required fields and I do not require them. So I'm going to skip the part and simply I'm going to click on this save and send test request button right here. As I've done that, we have received a response, which is a positive response as we have received the student ID right here. And as we have received the positive response, I'm going to open my ThriveCart Learn account. So this is my account right over here. I'm going to go back to my courses that I've created. So these are my course right over here. Now I'm going to click on this My Students section right here. As I'm going to come to the My Students section, you can see over here a new student has been added in the name of test user. I'm going to view the profile of the student over here. And you can see a new student in the name of test user 23 with the email address as testuser23@pabblytunes.com has been added to my ThriveCart account and enrolled to the course that I wanted the student to be enrolled in, that is Java course for beginners. Okay. As now the student is added and automatically been enrolled in the course that I've created using ThriveCart Learn. This means that we successfully created an automation between Tally and ThriveCart with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of an edutech company and I collect the data of my students who are registering for the online courses that I offer with the help of the form that I've created using Tally forms. Over here for the trigger, I've selected as Tally new response, as whenever by the student a form submission is going to be done for the registration using Tally, automatically the data of the student details is going to be captured in a trigger. And using the details of my student, a new student has been created in my ThriveCart Learn account and is enrolled to the course that I've created using ThriveCart Learn. And with Pabbly Connect, I've set up the connection between Tally and ThriveCart Learn in this manner. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.